I want you all to get a little bit specific for this next question, and just what was your biggest reason for seeking out a mentor? Along your educational journey, just what was it about, I guess the ability to gain a mentor? What brought you to that, and just why did you look for one? And Jesus, you can start with this one.
I so um, what's really great about talking to GMS groups is that we all are kind of cut from similar cloths. We all have come through really challenging circumstances and haven't had the same opportunities as a lot of other folks, and have so talking to this group in particular, we all are paving kind of our own path in a lot of ways, especially for those of us who are first generation college students, who are immigrants to the country, who were living around the poverty line growing up. When you, especially when you're entering into a new academic venue, and my parents, for instance, are farm workers. They were farm workers their entire lives in Washington State. Uh, they had no frame of reference, right? The only thing they could tell me to do was like, hey, go do this. They weren't going to show me how to do it. They weren't going to tell me what to do. And so either I was going to figure it out on my own, which takes, you can do it. A lot of people figure it out on their own. But in my mind, I think probably because I have so many brothers and sisters, I'm one of 11, and I'm on the younger side. They as siblings do look out for you. And I learned early on the value of having someone to be close with, who knows you very well, who has maybe traveled some of the same steps and can motivate you when you fail, and can help you get back up, and someone you can ask questions to. And interestingly enough, those people know people, right? And specifically when I was applying to medical school applications are extremely comprehensive and daunting, like 50 pages and a bunch of essays. My sister's husband used to work for Harvard enrollment, and so he was very, very experienced and knowledgeable. And if I was proud, or if I thought I could do it all, if I would have never reached out and had that opportunity for someone who's so experienced to help me put together an application. And that's what mentoring is all about, someone who was able to, we built a relationship where he was able to help me in very crucial part of my life and in part of my academic process. And so that's one portion, that's one mentor I've had, but I think for me, very pivotal in my career thus far.
Awesome. Okay, Ann.
For me, with GMS, and I know for going back as far as when I started my journey, looking to colleges, and honestly, this teacher, I still keep in touch with her because that's how impactful she is in influencing kind of my career and just overall like my professional life. Was my high school teacher. She believed in me and seeing things in me that I didn't see it myself, right? Like kind of what he was saying, like I'm a first generation immigrant and first generation college student, or going to be in college soon in like a year at that time. And honestly, I didn't think big. I was like, okay, I'm gonna save money and go to community college and just do something and earn money. Like just very basic. I really didn't have any goals set for myself. And with this, she was kind of my informal mentor. I didn't really see her as a mentor because I didn't even know what the word is back in the day. Like, but I look up to her for advice, and she gently nudged me like, hey, Ann, you should apply for a scholarship. You can apply to this university. I know you can get into this university, like with your track record and what you've done, you can do it. And I'm like, what? like, there's like, you can apply to the University of Texas at Austin and you can get in. And like within, for those that don't know, Texas UT Austin is well-clean public school in Texas. And at that point, I'm like, that's like up there for me in the pedestal. And I'm like, I don't think I can. Like, you gotta trust yourself and do it. I was like, well, I don't have money, like it's financially, I'm going to support myself because my parents, actually I'm 1 out of 9, so not close.
Wow.
We have family as well. But my parents looked at me and said, we will not be able to support you for college. And when they told me that, I'm like, okay, then I guess I may not go to like a big university because I won't be able to afford. So she was the one that pushed me to apply for the Gates Millenium Scholarship. I didn't even know it existed. So kind of that long story, just really having someone there for me. And again, I didn't think of her as a mentor. I didn't really seek out or formalize the relationship as mentorship, but she sees something in me that she saw something in me that I didn't. And I felt like, I'm like, well, she said I can do it. Okay, I'll give it a try. And I applied to the scholarship, and she helped me, editing my essays, and just the application process was pretty long too for the scholarship. And I got it. I was like, the day when I got that congratulations letter from Gates, I was just like, is this real? Like,
Yeah.
is this real?
Yeah.
So my biggest reason is just having a mentor is that like I said, I didn't seek out one mentor, but she was there for me every step of the way. And like I said, it's been almost 15 years since high school, and I still keep in touch with her because that's how much she influenced my life in general, but just overall, like professionally, but just my life as well. And I think that's important to have someone in your life to know who you are and believe in you and see things in you and your strengths that you may not even see yourself. I mean, without her, I don't think I'm here talking to you guys.
Awesome. And I think you both brought out 2 big points, Jesus. You weren't too proud. You took it. You didn't say, "Oh, I'm just going to do it on my own." You actually, listen, humbled yourself, and and took that path. And then Anne, you had mentioned that she gave you that nudge. Sometimes we want to do something, but we need that assistance to just get us moving, get us going. Okay, you can do a little bit more than what you're doing. So that's incredible. And I think mentorship, both of those things go hand in hand, because sometimes, it's almost like we know we can do it, but we just need a little nudge sometimes. So I'm glad you brought those points